Okay, so now let's go to the third part of the listening test, okay? Let me share here with you. Okay, I suppose you are already seeing everything here. Good, so listening part 3, you hear 5 short extracts in which people were talking about astronomy. So you see that you have 5 speakers and you have 5, 6, 7, 8 extracts, 8 sentences, 8 ideas here. So of course, 3 will be out. So you just have to choose 5, okay? The topic here was astronomy, and then you have to from these questions, yeah, 19 to 23, you have this list, A to H. They are sentences about what the speaker is saying, okay? So what we have to do, a strategy to do this activity is always see the keywords. So before the activity starts, I always recommend that you check the keywords of each sentence here. So for example, for letter A, I was inspired by an educational visit. So if they are talking about a visit, maybe this is the one, okay? Then I was looking for an interest that would challenge me. So challenge, interest, okay? Something I read made me curious about astronomy. So curious. It gave me the chance to be part of an online community. Online community. My friends were already interested in astronomy, so friends and interested. I realized it was something I could do while traveling. So while you were traveling, something you could do. Astronomy can help improve life on Earth. So improve life on Earth. And a relative of mine was passionate about astronomy. Relative of mine, so maybe somebody from your family, and passionate about astronomy. So these are the main ideas that we need to pay attention while we are listening. All right, so now let's go to the script, because then you can check, yeah, we can check what they are saying. Remember to listen first, yeah, listen and check the script before you go back to the exercise. So for the speaker 1, some things that are important, okay, that he says here, they are just this part here. Oh, it was just the kind of thing I needed. Something serious to keep my mind active. So based on this part here, we can see that for speaker 1, the letter is B. Oh, I was looking for an interest that would challenge me. And here he says, it was the kind of thing I needed, something serious to keep my mind active. All right? So for the speaker 1, we have letter B. Oops, let me put it bigger. Okay. Speaker 2, the answer here is letter D. And if we go back, we can see for speaker 2, this part here. I really liked the idea of blogging. So that's how come I joined. Okay, and my interest in astronomy grew from there. And if we go back, letter D is saying exactly this. It gave me the chance to be part of an online community. You see that that's exactly the keyword, yeah, that we here challenge and here online community. The keywords that we predicted before we listen, or here, yeah, we are reading, but before you listen to the listening speakers. For speaker 3, the correct answer is letter G. And if we come here, speaker 3, in this part, it will provide solutions to problems we face here on our planet. And if we go back here, letter G says, improve life on Earth. You see, exactly the keyword that we thought, okay? Speaker 4, the correct is letter A. And here, speaker 4, they say, in this part here, I took my class to a space center and they were so excited by everything they saw and read. And also, they are right, astronomy is a fantastic subject. And I've been reading about it ever since. So I took my class to a space center. So here, it's about educational visit, right? So once he took his class to a place where there was astronomy, so he was into this subject, okay? And the last one, speaker 5, is letter F. And we can see this, speaker 5 here. To combine astronomy with my business trips. And then he says, it actually started with a camping trip I went on with friends. And if we come here, letter F, I could do while traveling. You see? So all the keywords that we thought before were important to define the letters and the extracts for each speaker. All right? Good. Now let's go to part 4, the last part of the listening. And here on part 4, you have an interview with a woman called Natasha Green, who's talking about her job as an archaeologist. In this part 4, it's always an interview, usually about something more academic, all right? And the important is, it's a long interview, but it's in the order. So the question 24 you will listen to question 24 before the 25 and the 25 before the 26. So when you identify, for example, oh, I could answer number 25 and I didn't take 24, it means that you didn't take. You have to wait for the repetition. Remember that they always repeat each extract, each part twice. So if you don't get any of the questions here, just wait. Don't get nervous. Wait, because it will be repeated. Okay. For part 4, we have a strategy is to read the questions. You won't have time to read all the questions and all the answers. But if you read at least the questions and identify the keywords, it will help you for sure. So you have, for example, what made Natasha want to work as an archaeologist? 25, what does Natasha say about digging in the Sahara Desert? 26, when starting a new dig, Natasha believes it's important to when you start a new dig. 27, Natasha says she often meets people who are unaware that archaeologists need, and people who are unaware. 28, how does Natasha recommend that children can become involved in archaeology? Children involved in archaeology. 29, when asked what people should do if they find very old objects, very old objects, and people should do. And the last one, how does Natasha see the job of an archaeologist changing in the future? The job changing in the future. Perfect. So now let's see the script. For part 4, you see you have the interviewer and Natasha. So see how long this is, okay? But as I told you, the first question, question 24, is always in the beginning, and then usually each part she answers is a question that you have to answer. Okay, so for example, it starts here, the interviewer, and then Natasha starts saying, oh, I was interested in the dinosaur remains that were being blah, 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 blah. And then you come here. The first one is here. In this part, took me on a camping trip, and I came across a stone tool that looked fascinating. It turned out to be 80,000 years old, and archaeologists got really excited about it. From that day on, there was only one career for me. So this is the answer, look, for the question, what made Natasha want to work as an archaeologist? So in this case, the correct is letter B. She found something ancient that was very important. And she was excited about that, and she decided to become an archaeologist. For 25, you have the interviewer asks another question, she will answer. So in this answer here, you will find 25. The question was, what does Natasha say about digging in the Sahara Desert? And in this part here, you can dig almost anywhere and be guaranteed of finding something. Sometimes it drives me mad because I just don't know where to investigate next. So this is about the Sahara Desert, because the question was about the Sahara Desert. So if we come back there, 25, what does Natasha say about digging the Sahara Desert? She is frustrated that there are so many sites to explore. That's what she says. You can dig almost anywhere and be guaranteed to find something. It drives me mad because I just don't know where to investigate next, right? For question 26, the question was, when starting a new dig, Natasha believes it's important. So the next question here, the next answer, in this part, dig something up out of the ground. It's important that I can immediately identify what it is. So the people must identify anything old they take from the ground. So the answer here is be able to quickly interpret the remains that she finds there. For 27, she often meets people who are unaware that the archaeologists need. So what they need? So there is another question, another answer. And in this part here, we still produce drawings of every site as a way to record where she finds the objects. If you are on a dig, you have to be able to take your turn at doing that. And so as a consequence, here, 27, the answer is the ability to draw well. You have to be able to take your turn at doing that. Depending where your archaeological project is taking place in the world, you may need to be able to ask a foreign language, but I suppose that's self-evident, really. Knowledge is vital. Yeah, and drawings here, yeah, that's the word I was looking for, drawings. So that's why 27 is the ability to draw well. For 28, how does Natasha recommend that children can be involved in archaeology? How can children get involved? Then she says here, all libraries have archaeology books for youngsters, children, and lots of websites. And I'd encourage anyone, young or old, to learn all about this fascinating subject. So here she recommends that young people, could learn this by reading widely about the subject, not only books, but websites too. For 29, when asked what people should do if they find very old objects, so she says, the question was about that, and then she says, they need to be examined carefully by a specialist and put on display for the public to see. So here, the same idea is letter C, stresses that people should show them to an expert. And the last one, how does Natasha see the job of an archaeologist changing in the future? This is the question, yeah. The interviewer asks, and she says, this means we are going to have to devote more effort to making sure they stay in the best possible condition to preserve them for future generations. So the answer is more time will be spent protecting sites. So protection is will be something important in the future for an archaeologist, one of the functions of the archaeologist. So this is the end for the listening part, and see you next class.